being a mother, I know how difficult it is to feed a kid. So I totally understand. I am totally on your side. So today it will be a very interactive session where I'll learn something and you will be learning much more from me. Okay. So I would like to share my screen also. uh, Pallavi, can you just help me to
Yes, ma'am. I
share
have
the
given
screen?
you. Yeah, I have given you the permission. You can now share the screen. I've
Okay.
given.
Okay. 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 So everyone, just tell me, Pallavi, if you are able to see my screen.
Yeah, yeah, ma'am. Very much. We can see your screen.
Okay. Okay, so this is about myself. So after my pregnancy and my kid, I stopped my hospital job and I started my own e-clinic. Okay, so today we are here for the discussion of Sahi Khao. Okay, building a healthy foundation, how you can feed. So in this session, first of all, a very warm welcome to all the parents who are here, who are curious to know ki what we have to feed to our kids and how we have to go about that. So today's discussion, so it's a webinar on the Sahi Khao, building a healthy foundation. So as we know, and the researchers say, ki first 1,000 days of, including your 9 months of your pregnancy till the 6 months of your kid's age, it's very critical because you are developing a healthy eating habits, not for yourself, but mostly for your kid also, whether he or she. So you are developing that. So today in this webinar, we'll be talking about what you have to worry about, and most importantly, what not to worry about while feeding your kids. Okay, while feeding your toddlers. Toddler is the age from 1 to 3 years, and above, like 4 to 8 is the young children's. So we'll call them as preschoolers also. Okay, so let's get started. So see, this is the basically our food pyramid. If you will see, or if you will Google it out, you will get the food pyramid. What you have to feed your kid adequately, it's your cereals, because cereals is the main source of energy for them. Don't emphasize on protein, their water intake and everything, but at that 1 to 3 years of age, what matters a lot is their cereals. They need the energy to grow. Okay, so their chapatis, their parathas, so you have to feed that cereals adequately. Okay, so then eat liberally your all the fruits and vegetables. Now some kids has a liking for the fruits, some don't, some likes the vegetables, some don't. So this is a transition phase. So we'll discuss it ki how you can feed them. Eat moderately eggs, lean meat, chicken, fish, pulses, dals, and in very less quantity your fats and oils, sugar and processed food. This is your normal pyramid guide. Okay, so now every kid is different, every kid is unique. Some kids like to eat the cereal, some kids don't like to eat the cereals. So what are the factors that affects the child's eating habit? There are the two factors: environment and the food choices. Environment basically created by the surroundings, the parents, siblings, meal practices, or your own beliefs ki you should feed kid khichdi, you should not feed your kid roti because it has heat generation, you should not give rice in the winters, you should only emphasize on the chapati in the winter. So all these environmental factors will come into the consideration when you are feeding your kid. So food choices, so what kind of food is available to them, what is your cultural background. Okay, whether you are a non-vegetarian, vegetarian, how much knowledge you have about how you have to make a meal plate for a kid, for a toddler 1 to 3 years. So see, for the first time parents, we have when the kids start eating, so we'll full the plate like ours, ki one cup of rice, one cup of dal, so one cup of vegetables, and we want the kid to complete all that, right? Many of you agree with me, right? So, and this is the wrong practice what we'll follow. And the affordability, how costly food you can, how organic or inorganic. So these are the things which will affect their food choices and the eating patterns. The next major concern, this every parent will agree with me, ki these are the major concerns which you will go through. the eating key eating concern, ki my kid don't eat, there is a fluctuation in the appetite, difficulty in setting routines, food refusal. Okay, the second is third is the poor food and vegetable acceptance, TV and other distractions, and the worms and the frequent infection. See, now the toddlers 1 to 3 years of age. So when the kids are in the transition period, if you go through your pregnancy, you become sensitive to some smell and some things which you are not able to take it. Take the kid as that factor only, because the kids are super sensitive to smells, they are super sensitive to the textures. So if the kid is not accepting, you have to understand ki maybe he is not liking, the textures are not known to him or her. And why the fluctuation in appetite happens, it usually happens when there is a change in the weather. Okay, or they have like more of the worms, like hookworm infection, you haven't dewormed them from a very long time, that why the appetite. If the kid is healthy and happy, active, so nothing to worry about it. In 2 3 days, that the appetite, will call it as a appetite slump, where the appetite will go down, the kid refuses to eat. So it's perfectly normal and it's totally normal. So need not to worry about. In 2 3 days it gets settled down, or in a week it gets settled down. And the fluctuations happen, maybe the kid is having too much of liquid calories, like your fruit juices, your sodas, or any other high calorie drinks in between your meal timings. Or maybe he's not liking the food, it's not, there is no variety in the food, only you are feeding the rice dal or the khichdi to the kid. So it's little getting boring for them. Okay, so the third factor is ki how is your environment. So the kids are I have seen the kids are very they take the vibes very easily. So never feed the kid when they are super tired, when they are coming back from the preschool and they are tired. Don't feed them, let them take a rest, and then you can later on feed them. And when you are angry, you most of the time will see the kid will not eat, because the kids will take that vibes. Okay, so never feed your kid when you are angry or you are going through some mental stress. Let it cool down and you just settle down and then feed your kid. Okay, the second is your food refusals. So some parents will call it as a picky eaters also. My kid is not eating, is he or she only eat this kind of food and that kind of food. Okay, so being a toddler, it's not a easy job. Okay, it's a fun, crazy, and like a roller coaster ride for both the parents and the kids. Sorry, mostly for the kids and less for the parents. Okay, so and the one thing what the parents do wrong there, ki whatever they have prepared for the kids, so they want the kid to finish it off. Okay, so you have to understand the kid's tummy. For the toddlers, it's like the size of their fist. Okay, how much you can incorporate in that fist. So one thing here, ki you have to make your role simple. So what we can do for the food refusals and fluctuations, if the fluctuations are happening in their appetite. So your role as as a parent, your role is very simple. You have to provide them the access to the good and healthy nutritious food. Okay, and the kid job is ki how much they want to eat, or they don't want to eat, it's their job. So we'll call it as a distribution role distribution theory. So where your job is ki you have to just present the food to them, but the kids job is ki they want to eat or they don't want to eat, and how much they want to eat. Let them decide their hunger. Okay, so and the food refusal, it's like you have to understand ki why the kids are refusing the food. Whether they are sick, they have they are going through any physical ailment like fever or anything. So you have to, if the food refusal continues for like above 1 month, then you have to consult your doctor. And never give your food never give food as a reward or punishment. So because see, your meal time is like, it should be nourishment, for the nourishment, and it should be affectionate. it's not key like we have to get the job done. And when the kids, it's like a starting phase for them, and from the 6 years till the 2 years you are kind of developing a healthy eating habits which are going to stay for a longer period of time with them, right? So it has to be, the parents has to be literally very patient with the kids ki when they are feeding it. And when you will see ki when you will do the role division theory, and your role will become very simple because you have to just present them. Okay, they want to eat or they don't want to eat, it up to them. You can't force them because maybe they are not liking the texture, maybe they are not used to that. And the studies have shown that you have to present a one kind of food 86 times to the toddlers to get it accepted. So in a one go, if the kid is not accepting, let it go. And never use your TV or any other screen as a distraction to feed the kids, because what happens, they will not get the hunger cues. It's not a mindful eating where they are appreciating what the textures are, what I am eating, what's the flavor, it's a sweet, it's a salty. Never use it. For some parents it's quite frustrating because some kids are take the transition period will go little longer for them. So yes, but with the time we all get through it. Okay, so even we learned how to eat it, even these kids will learn how to eat it, but never force your kid. So what are the easy tips to curb the concerns? Feed at the regular intervals of 3 to 4 hours. Okay, so first thing you have to understand key healthy eating habits starts at home. Make a mealtime fun for the kids and for yourself also. Feed them at regular intervals. So if you are serving everyone the breakfast at 7:30, to tell the kid also to sit there on a high chair table around and serve them also. They will get to know ki no, this is my, because it's a circadian rhythm. Everyone, even when we wake up in the morning, our body give us the cues ki no, we are hungry, we need to eat. So that's the circadian rhythm you are setting up in your kid. So meal intervals are very important. 3 to 4 hours you have to feed your kid. Offer only the small portion, don't keep large amount in front of the child. So see, it's like mm, we'll call it as a responsive feeding also. So I'll come to that next. So with the small portion na, the kid is happy ki no, I have to complete this much only. This is the psychology, negative psychology we will call it as. If you will serve them ki in a plate, you will keep one chapati also, one cup of your rice also, dal also, and he or she will be like, oh my god, I have to finish this much. How I'll finish? If I'll not finish, mama will scold me or papa will scold me. So you are giving the wrong signal to the child ki that the food is associated with something negative, because if the kid is not finishing, you are going to scold the kid, right? So meal times should be approximately 20 to 30 minutes, max. By 40 minutes you can give the time to the kid, because after 40 minutes your brain starts slowing down. So the kid will not eat after 30 minutes. Don't praise or criticize the child on his eating. So don't compare the child, because every child is unique and every child is god gifted. So some takes time, some grasp very easily. So don't praise or criticize your kid if he or she is not eating. No toys or TV as a distraction. It You have to develop the habit of mindful eating. Ki the kid should see the plate, what are the colors in my plate. It's a time for the bonding between the mother or the parents and the kid basically. So we have made it like distracted time where the parents don't have time and we just want to finish it off ki jaldi se jaldi khatam ho, and we'll get to our work and the child will sleep and we'll get some rest. But no, it's a bonding time. No toys or TV as a distraction. You can keep some of the books like colorful books where it's beautiful fairies book where the child will go through, but when you will start having the meal time, so make it very interesting. Tell the kid to notice the colors, what are the colors in the plate, how is the texture, how the rice look like. Give him a little raw rice in the hand to touch it, ki how the rice look like, wheat, how the wheat look like. So there should be no throwing of the food, and the playing with the food should be totally discouraged. Okay, so these are the some of the tips you can follow. So now, how to get my child to eat healthy? This is the biggest problem in today's time, right? So see, even we'll get bored with the one kind of food, and if you will keep feeding the kid with the semi solid food and your cerelacs and like little porridge type, it's obviously because by the 6 till the 3 years their taste buds are totally developed, and their tongue is ready to take all the textures with the colors and the shapes. So you have to start introducing nutritious, but it should be a finger food, not a huge amount of the food, finger foods. So prepare nutritious food in a innovative ways. Okay, so like if the kid like to have the noodles, you can have the vermicelli pulao. Even you get the wheat noodles also, you get the millet noodles also. Cook it in lot of vegetables so that they will get the satisfaction. No, I'm eating the noodles. Okay, if the kid don't like to eat plain chapati, you can just puree some of the vegetables in their chapati dough to make it little attractive, like red color, green color, yellow color, so it looks beautiful also to the eyes also. It's a treat to eyes also. Serve new foods over and over. That's what I spoke in the last time also, ki you have to show them one kind of food 86 times, then they will accept it. And when they will accept it, whether it's a one bite or a one spoon, please appreciate your kid. So that will to the brain, it will give them the sense ki no, I have done something good. So next time, maybe after a week, he or she will have 2 tablespoons of that food. Okay, so never crib on the food ki no, he has only taken only one spoon or just one bite. It's perfectly okay. Appreciate him or her for that effort, because it takes guts to accept something new, right? The family together during the meals. And when you have a toddler at home, you have to bring back the basics. Okay, you have to bring back the, you have to be like together, you have to eat together. That only they will get the sense, because they'll take the habits from the parents. So if the parents is choosy ki I will not eat bottle god, and they'll tell in front of the kids, that that will go into the mind, no, bottle god is not good, it's a negative thing, so it's totally not good, I'll not accept it. So you have to start mending your habits rather than the kids habit. Okay, set a good example, not a good example, I'll say. Set You should be a very good role model, not just a role model. So if you will start accepting your kid and your lifestyle changes, that way the kid will also. Okay, schedule your meal times. So meal times should be like, if your 1 o'clock is your lunch time, so 1 o'clock is the lunch time. Maximum it can be delayed for the 30 minutes, but make sure you will have a scheduled meal times where you are setting the body's circadian rhythm to prepare it to digest it and everything. Some more tips to eat right for your kids. Allow kids to help set table or meal preparation. So when you are chopping up the vegetables, you can tell your toddler to pick little bit of vegetables and put it in the bowl to mix it up. Okay, set limits on inappropriate, like throwing of the food. It's totally you should encourage that. Okay, it's not acceptable, because they will get that habit, and this is the habit which will get into the mind. It's difficult for you to correct it in the later stages of life. So avoid bribing. No reward or punishment for eating a kind of food. Okay, avoid snacking in between the meals. So see, the snacking always, I have seen, the snacking will become large and the meals become very less. But the snacking is like a snack only. It's like 80 to 100 kilocalories. It's a finger food. It's not your meal time. So avoid huge amount of snacking in between the meals time or near to your meal time. Avoid distraction like TV, mobile, your music, anything. So let the kid eat mindfully, calmfully, so that everything will go into the mind. They will have a soul satisfaction of the food. Be supportive in understanding peer pressure and handle it accordingly. So this comes, I have seen this in my last play school also, where the parents used to send different kinds of the food. Every tiffin has a different kind of food, and something it's some kids can't take that, because if some food is very liking for that kid and you are not sending, or it's like a junk food for them, you are not ready to support in that, and it's like then the exchange of the food happens. So there the role is for the preschoolers also and for the parents also. For the preschoolers, they have to schedule a timetable for their meal times, ki no, today is a Monday, so you can send the idli or anything with the rice. Tuesday, anything with the chapati or the wheat. So that's how ki every tiffin will have the same ingredient, and they'll get to know ki no, he is also eating, so I should also eat, right? Simple steps to a lifetime healthy eating. So see, I talked about the role distribution therapy. So it's these are the four steps which come into that. What, when, and where is parents' responsibility. How much or whether to eat is kids' responsibility. Okay, so as a parent, what you are feeding your kid, it's your responsibility. That's all. And how much and whether he or she wants to eat, so that is kids responsibility. Serve and eat a variety of healthy foods and make a portion small. Confused about what to eat, and now here comes ki I have seen two types of parents now. Ki one is totally against the junk food, ki the kid's like 6 months, so there is no junk for him. If he eats a little bit of sugar, they'll get panic, and why you are feeding sugar, why you are feeding biscuits, and so how much is too much, how much control is too much. So the recent studies have shown that the parents who restrict too much of food in the kids' diet, they are going to be obese in their later stages of life. So how you have to balance it? It should be 80-20 rule. So 80% if your kid's diet is healthy, he is eating properly, dalia ho gaya, khichdi ho gayi, anything. So 20% if he or she is having one bite of the biscuit also, it doesn't matter, because he or she has to, in the later stages of life, he has to taste that, right? So 80-20% rules will come. And one more interesting thing, in my clinic I always find ki men usually more pressurize the kids than the females. So the fathers, so note to the fathers, so don't pressurize your kids, please. Okay. So that's why that's how you have to balance between the healthy food and the junk food. Occasionally, if they are following, like the kid is 1.5 to 2 years, he or she likes to have fries. Okay, for the 10 days, if he or she has followed a good eating patterns, or whatever you have cooked, he or she has a little bit, so you can give him a little bit of fries, right? So now this is the major problem with all the parents. Ki they always worry from the breastfeeding till they don't start telling ki I am me or she is hungry. So it's, is my kid is getting enough calcium and iron? If he or she is eating enough food? Um, so here comes, we have app also, and you can get in touch with your nutritionist, whom you know, who will help you to chalk out the plan key. If your kid is like 1 to 3, how much calorie requirement, how much calcium, and how you have to divide their nutrients in the meals. So never experiment with your kid, basically. Never experiment with your kid ki yes, my mother-in-law is telling ki khichdi is good for them, so 10 days you are continuing with the khichdi only. Some will tell ki don't feed them the cashew nut, it causes the constipation, so you will stop the cashew nuts from their diet. So this is not so. See, you have to start taking responsive feeding comes into action from the 6 month till the 3 years. So what is responsive feeding? So you have to start taking cues or clue from the kid. Okay, ki whether he or she is hungry, how you will know that? So now, if the child is leaning towards the food, whatever you have prepared, and he or she is leaning towards the food, when you will serve them a bite, they are opening their mouth. So means they are hungry. Okay. So, and when they are slowing down means they are going to be full. Remove your spoon from the mouth, they spit it. So these are the clues that they are full, you have to stop it. Okay. And these are the 10 commandments of Sahi Khao. Lead by an example. The parents and the environment is the best supportive teacher to the toddlers. So Sahi Khao and Sahi Khilao. So you have to start mending your lifestyle, your eating habits, and then only you can feed them. Maintain the meal time. Sahi time pe khao. So you have to schedule your meal times. Choose right portion. Okay. So for the toddlers, never make a plate huge, so it should be like a small portions. Choose no TV, no mobile while eating. Plate पे सही ध्यान दो. So they have to see the plate, they have to see the color, they have to notice the textures, what's the smell of my food. Maintain a colorful plate. सही रंग in my plate. रंग दे मम्मी. A fruit and some vegetables every day. So for the toddlers, it's like one fruit. If it's like the kid don't like to have fruit, if it's one slice also, please accept that. It's not necessary to have a whole apple or a whole kiwi or a one full slice of the watermelon. It's okay. It's okay. They will accept it and you all will get through it. Sahi antioxidants and vitamins boost every day. Enough protein for the day. Sahi part to the muscles. So in the protein, so you can feed them milk, and some kids don't like to have milk. Now what's the alternative to that? How you will feed them the milk? They will get the good calcium and the vitamin D. So start making the milkshakes for them. Make the yogurt, condensed yogurt, fruit yogurt, so that they'll start liking the fruits and the texture of the curd also, right? Hydrate well throughout the day. So, water, water, water. Instead of feeding them with the liquid dense calories, start feeding them with water. Say no to junk food. But see, no to junk food, I'll not say, because nowadays we live in that environment where this is must. Okay. So sometimes it's good to have, if 80% of their diet is good, healthy, nutritious, then 20% is okay. Sometimes it's okay. Say no to packed food. This I strongly recommend every parent, whenever you choose anything for your kid, please go through the labels. How much is the salt is in your packet, or what you are feeding, how much is the oil in that packet, whether it's purely whole wheat or it's just written key. It's if in the first three list ingredients, if the sugar is added, never buy that packet for the kids. Okay, because first five ingredients are your major ingredients, where it will take you through what's the major content in your cookies or your cakes or anything else, whatever you are buying. Okay, never feed your kids cornflakes or the fruit loops or anything, because these are very condensed sugar calories. Okay. Okay, so this is from my side. If anyone, just let me